Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie, Esther here, and today Dead by Daylight put out this tweet about their April developer update. Read up on our new developer update to learn about upcoming changes in the mid-chapter update. So I haven't read this whole thing. I looked at a little bit of it just to scan it and say, okay, I got to make a video. So we're going to read through it together. First time for you, first time for me. Let's check it out. So clicking the link, it takes us to this forums blog post by Peanuts, developer update April 2020. We're back with another developer update, a series of blog posts detailing various changes coming to Dead by Daylight in the near future. In this entry, we'll be going over some of the most notable changes from the upcoming mid-chapter update. Repair changes. We've been keeping a close eye on repair speed in recent months and have prepared some changes to repairing. This comes in the form of two changes. Reduced efficiency when repairing with other survivors. As you may have noticed, whenever another survivor comes along and starts repairing a generator with you, your repair meter turns red to indicate that you are repairing slower. This is because for each survivor working on the same generator, your personal repair speed decreases by 10%. Going forward, the speed reduction for each additional survivor is being raised to 15%. While this may sound like a small change, it's the difference between 4 survivors finishing a generator in about 36 seconds compared to the current 28 seconds. This change, in conjunction with other changes discussed below, aims to eliminate instances where it feels as though you could not have possibly gotten to the generator fast enough to stop it from being powered, particularly at the start of the match. Skill check bonuses. A successful great repair skill check would add an additional 2% progress to the generator, about 1.6 seconds worth of time saved for each great skill check. Experienced survivors are often able to consistently hit great skill checks and shave a significant amount of time off a generator. To better control the repair times of generators, this bonus has been halved to 1%, 0.8 seconds. To make sure that experienced survivors feel rewarded for hitting great skill checks, the amount of points earned for a great skill check has been doubled from 150 points to 300 points. That's pretty cool. So obviously this is aimed to help those red rank killers who are going up against the super experienced coordinated teams of red ranks who are on generators together and can hit those great skill checks and get gens done so quickly. All right, what else we got? Perk changes. With the above changes in mind, we have made changes to 2 survivor perks. Prove Thyself, the increased repair speed bonus from 10 to 15%, and Stakeout now increases the great skill check success bonus from 1 to 2%. Okay, alright. So Prove Thyself becomes even more valuable, as does Stakeout. Map changes. For the 3.7.0 update, we've taken some time to revisit some existing maps and update them using the new tools we have at our disposal and everything we've learned since the game first launched. We reviewed as many maps as we could in this update, but if you don't see a particular map below, it's always possible that we'll revisit it in the future. These changes come in a few different forms. Size and layout. Each map has a unique size and layout, with some larger than others taking a long time to cross. Some of these maps are being reduced in size while others are having their layout adjusted. Type spacing. Some maps allowed maze tiles like jungle gyms and L&T walls, to spawn too close to each other, allowing an experienced player to link them together, making it incredibly hard to capitalize on a survivor's mistake. These tiles are being spaced further apart to better control the safety in some of these maps. Strong window balance. Certain windows on some maps were too safe, leaving no room for mind games and forcing the killer to chase the survivor through the window 3 times in order to block it. We've done a pass on most of these windows and altered the loop or replaced them. Tile tweaks. Some tiles have been changed for a variety of reasons, such as adjusting loop lengths or fixing abusable spots. And window spawning logic. Some buildings feature window variations where a different set of windows could be available from one match to the next. Depending on which windows were open, a building could be incredibly safe or unsafe. The random element to these windows is being disabled on some maps to control the loop safety and give the buildings a consistent safety rating. There are far too many changes to go into details for each map in one post, so please refer to the chart below for more info. Please keep in mind that some changes may be larger than others, and a small update to a map now does not rule out the possibility of more changes down the line. Likewise, if you don't see a map in the list below, that does not mean that we don't intend to change it later on. Alright, so now we got this chart here. Mid-chapter 15 level design changes, name of the map, size or layout changes, type and spacing changes, strong loop fix changes, tile tweak changes, and window logic changes. So let's see. So for size, we're looking at Rotten Field, size or layout. We don't actually know which one. Rotten Fields, Fractured Cowshed, Thompson House, Records Yard, Temple of Purgation. Well, I'm sure the temple is being shrunk. That's a pretty big map. Type spacing. Again, Rotten Fields, Wretched Chop, Fractured Cowshed, Thompson House, Records Yard, Temple of Purgation, Mother's Dwelling, and the Mount Ormond Resort. I kind of like that map. Alright, but I understand it. Strong loop fixes are in for Wretched Shop, Fractured Cowshed, Suffocation Pit, Badham Preschool, Torment Creek, Rancid Abattoir, Coal Tower, Groaning Storehouse, Grim Pantry, and Ironworks of Misery for the strong loop fix. Tile tweaks, Wretched Shop, Thompson House, what does that say? Oh, reduced pallets. Lampkin Lane, reduced pallets on the Disturbed Ward. Badham Preschool, Torment Creek, Rancid Abattoir, Coal Tower, Groaning Storehouse, Grim Pantry, Ironworks of Misery for the tile tweaks. And then the window logic changes are for Wretched Shop and Suffocation Pit. Wow, that's really interesting. That's a lot of map work that they put in. I can't wait to see all of this. Killers, you popping the champagne yet? All right, here we go. Finally, we want to leave you with a few teaser screenshots of what you can expect to see in the player test build. So this one we saw on Friday that Peanuts gave us this sneak here of this broken open, the breakable wall, and the windows moved. And this is not a pumpkin. There's not a figure here. Why do people think this is a figure? This is the generator light up here. Is this Siren Head, the new killer? All right, next, what do we got here? So this is going to be breakable. This window, I played against some good survivors, one of whom I met in Boston at PAX. I knew I was in trouble. I put a Mori on right away because I knew I was going to get run by that player and their team. And then I got this map and this window was open and it destroyed my life. All right. Wow, look at this opening here on the abattoir. That's crazy. What is this? There's hay bales in the middle of this. Did they open this all up from all the cattle pen fence? Wow, that's really cool. Okay, controller sensitivity improvements. This one is for all the console players out there and those of you playing with the controller on PC too. Starting with the mid-chapter update, the maximum controller sensitivity is being nearly doubled. If 100% sensitivity wasn't cutting it for you, you'll now be able to turn faster than ever. If you're happy with your current sensitivity, don't worry. Lower sensitivities aren't going anywhere. Alright, so if you've got a good feel for your controller, you can keep it the way it is. If you like your controller, you can keep your controller. Alright. Various quality of life improvements. To close things off, we have a few smaller quality of life changes on the way for 3.7.0. Legion tracking. While Feral Frenzy is active, the Legion will not see blood pools or scratch marks until their fatigue ends. In the next update, the Legion will now regain their tracking abilities as soon as the Feral Frenzy ends, rather than at the end of their fatigue. This should help prevent cases where you lose track of a survivor while fatigued. Alright, that's a nice little Legion quality of life buff. Attempt hook escape feedback update. One of the common mistakes new players make is attempting to escape the first time they are hooked. To make the risk more obvious, we've added visual effects and audio to make it clearer that failing an escape attempt is hurting you and speeding up the sacrifice. That's pretty funny. I kind of want to just try that now just to hear the sounds and stuff. Head on user interface improvements. The perk icon for head on will now light up with a timer similar to inner strength, for example, to show when it will activate. This will give you a better idea of when it will be ready to use. Okay, so it'll have the little block that'll go around to show you, and then done, like that for inner strength when you know how close you are to being healed. It'll tell you how close before head on's ready. That's pretty good. Updated Mori interaction. The Mori animation will now begin to play once a short interaction is complete. At this point, the killer is locked into the animation until it is finished. Thank you. This prevents the Mori from being canceled repeatedly to annoy someone. Mori spam's gone, everybody. Mori spam is gone. Further protection hit improvements. A few months back, we made some improvements to protection hits to help ensure that they are awarded consistently. While those changes had a positive effect, we took a moment to make further improvements to the system. Now, coming within range of an injured survivor will have a lingering effect, allowing you to get a protection hit a few seconds after the injured survivor moves away. All right, Metal Man is going to be viable again. Maybe. All the changes mentioned in this post will be available to try in the player test build, which starts tomorrow, April the 7th. Woo! All right, this brings us to the end of the April developer update. We're excited to see what you think once you've had a chance to try them out, the Dead by Daylight team. Excellent. All right, that's all good news. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think. Now, I know survivors are going to be like, oh man, life just got a lot harder. But this is in the interest of the balance of the game. Like, for everybody out there who's complaining about their matchmaking is green going against red, there aren't enough killers. This is why they need to balance the game. So, all right, I look forward to the challenge. I look forward to the changes. Interesting. I myself have been having more fun playing killer than ever. And yeah, I'm pretty happy to see some of these changes going to make my job easier, because I'm going against reds consistently now because I'm rank 5 killer in purple. So I'm being fed full red ranks every game out now. And yeah, it's not easy because I'm not a good killer. But I do have fun. So hopefully we're all going to have fun with this update. Going to check it out tomorrow when this PTB drops. I'll be here live at presumably 11 whenever the PTB goes live. And we'll check out all these changes. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Take care of each other out there in the fog. We'll see you tomorrow for this PTB public test build. Bye-bye.